Devoted is the word, right? And I'll tell you why. Because I'm praying. I'm like, God, what do you want for us this year? And I'm reading through Acts, and I started seeing what the first church started experiencing when they started, and I started to get jealous. I started to get jealous because I want us to experience what they were experiencing. Like you read it and you can't help but see the excitement and the passion and the risks and the faith and the fear and all of it colliding and the purpose and it's this crazy story. And I thought, man, if we could get the first group of people that were there for the first year, if we could wrangle them together and go, hey, what was it like that first year? What kind of stories would you tell? Because that's what we're talking about in this series, right? We want to get to January 2025, and we want to look back at this year and make sure that we are happy and proud of the story that we're going to tell, right? So guys, what was it like for you a year later? And I think they would light up like a Christmas tree and start telling stories of how scared we were, and they put us in jail and then they beat us, but we just prayed for boldness and we just kept talking to people and we took faith risks, and man, we got uncomfortable. We saw the presence of God. We felt it, we experienced it. That life to the fullest thing we heard Jesus talking about, we started to live it, and there was passion and excitement and purpose like we'd never had before. People getting saved by the truckloads. We saw miracles like we're living it. And I went, that's my dream for us. That's what I want us to feel. I don't want us to hit 2025 and go, it was a year. Kind of the same I was, snuck up on me. No, I want us to hit 2025 and go, you're never gonna believe what I saw God do through me and my church family in 2024. It was crazy. But it's gonna take devotion. I'll tell you where I got this word. It's not super creative. It's the second word of the passage. Acts 2, they devoted themselves. Everything, this is about to show us everything they devoted themselves to, and it's why they experienced everything they experienced. And I went, well, God, if I want us as Red Rocks Church in 2025 to be looking back with the same kind of reports that they were given about miracles and salvations and peace and purpose and excitement, what can we do that they did? What can we devote ourselves to that they devoted themselves to so that we can have a similar story to tell? Because that's what I have on my heart for our church. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching. So that was their version of church. They were getting together and someone's reading the Bible and someone's teaching. And so for me, I put it in my own words and I go, they were devoted to showing up. They just didn't miss. If we're having church, I'm there. They were devoted to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship. They were also devoted to this idea that we don't just get together for the teachings, we also get into groups and start doing life together and push each other closer to God. And when I'm hurting, you help, and when you're hurting, I'll help. They devoted themselves to these things. It wasn't like a good intention. It wasn't like a little add-on to life. No, it's what our lives were devoted to. To the breaking of bread and to prayer. They devoted themselves to prayer. We're going to get into that. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders. That's the stuff I was picturing and telling you about. We're so awestruck. Our minds were blown nonstop because of the things we were getting to experience because of the power of God. That was a result of our decision to be devoted. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give. They were devoted to giving. They didn't play the game of 10% before taxes or after taxes. Is tithe the New Testament or an Old Testament thing? No. They said, tithe, that's child's play. I'll sell everything I have to be a part of this mission. They're devoted to giving. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together. In order for that to happen, they also had to be dedicated to, or devoted, gotta get this right, devoted to serving. If you've ever had anybody over to your house to break bread with you, you know it takes a lot of serving. Somebody got to clean the house, and somebody's got to make the food, and somebody's got to set the table, and somebody's going to do the dishes. There's going to be a lot of serving involved, and they were devoted to this stuff. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And here's the last one. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. Excuse me. That doesn't happen unless they were also devoted to inviting.